Okay, YouTube, I understand. Mbone, where have you been? I have an explanation. It's not a great explanation, but it is an explanation. So I filmed a video 2 weeks ago. If you guys did not know, I got a whole new setup going over here, and the microphone was not working at all. So the video was completely corrupted, and I rage quit YouTube for 2 weeks. Anyways, don't worry, boys. The topic is still relevant enough that we are going to dive into it today. I hope you guys are excited for the video, and let's get right into it. Does anyone really stand a chance against a healthy Golden State team, or have we seen enough from this healthy Warriors team to wave the white flag? DeMarcus Cousins is back and already seems to fit perfectly into the system. I mean, Curry's been playing like the unanimous MVP that we all know, well, except for the failed dunk attempt a few weeks back at Staples Center, but Curry, I'll let that slide.
Davis sitting out because of injury. Here's Curry off the steal, and oh, look out, Curry slipped.
And Klay Thompson, we all remember what Klay Thompson did last month when he hit his first 10 three-pointers.
Well, this is teamwork. I mean, when you look at it, look, Curry wants Thompson to score. This is the unselfish play.
From three, yes! Klay Thompson is 7 for 7.
And I haven't even discussed the two-time NBA Finals MVP, Kevin Durant. On paper, it's the greatest basketball team we've ever seen. It's simply not fair. It's great watching a team that plays such beautiful basketball and has so many talented players, but I'm sick and tired of watching the same team win the finals each and every year. Golden State has now scored 100+ points in their last 28 games, and 3 times during that streak have put up over 140 points, including a record-breaking 51-point first quarter against the former #1 seeded Denver Nuggets. I watched the Boston Celtics take on the Warriors a few weeks ago and was impressed with how Boston played. Yes, Golden State won at the Garden, but there was a lot of positives and a bit of hope for the Celtics. You guys know how much I love Kyrie Irving. For me, he's the best clutch closer in the NBA. If Boston got to the finals, which is no guarantee at all, I do believe they could steal a game or two with the talent on the roster. I just don't see any way that the team can hang with Golden State for a 7-game series. As for the Rockets, or as they should be called these days, James Harden and the supporting cast, I need to make a separate video on James Harden and what he is doing, because it truly is special. When Harden acknowledged he needed to step up his role with Chris Paul out earlier this year, he did not disappoint, putting together one of the most impressive individual accomplishments I've ever seen since watching sports. 30 points in 31 consecutive games speaks enough alone for itself. But when you talk about the numbers, there was the 57 and 58 point outings in consecutive games against Memphis and Brooklyn, the 61-point outburst at Madison Square Garden, and a 50-point triple-double en route of the LeBron-led Lakers, and a 48-point wild comeback win against the LeBron-less Lakers. Let's get back on topic. Sorry, I got caught up in all of James Harden's greatness. Unless Harden can replicate what he's doing now, which I don't think is sustainable, and honestly, last year's finals proved that one player's greatness is not enough to beat Golden State. I mean, LeBron James had one of the greatest postseason runs ever, and it was still not near enough. Now, hold up. I'm not at all comparing Houston and last year's Cleveland team. Don't worry. I still believe that the Rockets probably would have won the series against Golden State last year if CP3 had not gone down. I guess the issue I'm having is that even if we only get 80% of what DeMarcus Cousins has been in the past few years, Golden State on paper and, you know, their starting 5 is still so much better than what it was last year. Now, if healthy, I do think Houston could give Golden State a hard time in the playoffs, but James Harden needs to play better in the playoffs as compared to his previous years. For me, I know Toronto made a few moves at the deadline. I still think they need another star to really compete against Golden State. I do believe Kawhi Leonard is part of the formula to beating the Warriors. I used to dream back in the day that AD and Kawhi would team up with LeBron in LA to potentially take down Golden State. That would be unbelievable. Denver and Milwaukee have been so impressive this year, but I just don't see either of these teams doing much damage in a 7-game series against the Warriors. Again, nothing but love to Denver and Milwaukee, because nobody expected them to be doing this well halfway through the year. How about the 76ers? After making some trades at the deadline, they have now what a lot of people consider the best starting 5 in the Eastern Conference. There is so much young talent in Philly, and I like this team, but their roster still seems a bit incomplete to me. Honestly, they haven't played well enough and haven't really gelled together to see their full potential. It's definitely a dangerous team. I just question if they can get by Boston, who's beaten them in 5 straight games. Finally, Oklahoma City Thunder. We need to give Paul George some credit. Dude is playing out of his mind. Russ is Russ, you know, racking up the triple doubles, but Paul George has been everything and more that the Thunder were hoping for when they re-signed him. A direct quote from Paul George after he was selected to start in the NBA All-Star game. When I got traded here, people thought it was going to be the end of me being an All-Star. Oh boy, were those people wrong. I love PG and Russ, but I worry that they are missing that third piece to the puzzle. Obviously, they tried with Carmelo Anthony last year and that didn't work, but I guess we'll have to see what happens when the playoffs do roll around. Only time will tell if anyone can dethrone the Warriors. I just don't see it happening as long as the core is healthy. Too many scoring options and way too much talent. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As for my Chicago Bulls, keep on tanking, boys. Zion is coming to help soon. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Again, the upload schedule has been horrific. It's going to get better because it really can't get any worse than this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day. It's been your boy MboneHD, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.
So to find out what that's right there with number 3. With the push, there it is.
Gets the takeaway.
Okay. Oh, are you serious?